Bridging the divide, Keir Starmer's unexpected conversation with Nigel Farage in the House of Commons, in a moment that has captured widespread attention and underscored the shifting dynamics of British politics. Sir Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party and newly appointed Prime Minister, crossed the chamber of the House of Commons to engage directly with Nigel Farage, leader of the Reform Party. This interaction, while brief, carried significant political and symbolic weight, as it highlighted the evolving landscape of British governance and parliamentary dialogue. Background: Keir Starmer as Prime Minister. Keir Starmer became Prime Minister following the Labour Party's victory in the 2024 UK general election. His ascension marked a pivotal moment in British politics, bringing Labour back to power after over a decade of Conservative-led governments. Starmer, known for his legal expertise and reputation as a pragmatist, emphasized unity, diversity, and a renewed focus on addressing the nation's most pressing challenges in his early speeches. In one of his first addresses as Prime Minister, Starmer highlighted the diversity of the newly elected parliament, calling it the most diverse parliament by race and gender this country has ever seen. He commended the contributions of all political parties to achieving this milestone, reinforcing his vision of a more inclusive and representative political system. Nigel Farage's entry into the House of Commons. Nigel Farage, a prominent figure in British politics and a leading architect of the Brexit movement, entered the House of Commons for the first time in 2024. After decades as an influential political commentator and member of the European Parliament, MEP, Farage's election as an MP for the Reform Party represented a turning point. His party's focus on post-Brexit Britain, immigration control, and a reimagining of British sovereignty resonated with a segment of the electorate, allowing the Reform Party to gain. Farage's presence in Westminster was seen as both a challenge and an opportunity for the established political order. While his views have often been polarizing, his ability to connect with disenfranchised voters added a new dimension to parliamentary debates. The moment in question, a rare interaction, the moment when Keir Starmer crossed the floor to speak with Nigel Farage was significant not only for its rarity but also for its context. Traditionally, interactions between party leaders are confined to formal debates or orchestrated meetings. However, Starmer's decision to approach Farage directly was seen as an attempt to foster dialogue across ideological lines, a gesture of statesmanship that stood in contrast to the often adversarial nature of Commons proceedings. While the exact content of their discussion was not disclosed, political analysts speculated that the conversation may have touched on issues of mutual concern or matters requiring cross-party cooperation. Some commentators praised Starmer for his willingness to engage with figures from outside the traditional political establishment, viewing it as a sign of his commitment to bridging divides. The growing tensions in parliamentary debate. The presence of Nigel Farage in the House of Commons has introduced a new layer of tension to parliamentary debates. In subsequent exchanges, Farage has been vocal in criticizing Starmer's government, particularly on issues related to law enforcement, immigration, and social justice. During a session of Prime Minister's questions in September 2024, Farage accused the government of presiding over a two-tier policing and a two-tier justice system, sparking a heated response from other MPs. Farage's critiques have often been met with vocal disapproval, reflecting the polarized reception to his rhetoric. However, his arguments have also struck a chord with certain segments of the public, highlighting the challenges facing Starmer's administration as it seeks to navigate broader implications for UK politics. The interaction between Starmer and Farage serves as a microcosm of the broader shifts occurring within British politics. It reflects the increasing fragmentation of the political landscape, with smaller parties like the Reform Party gaining prominence and challenging the dominance of Labour and the Conservatives. For Starmer, these dynamics present both risks and opportunities. On one hand, the rise of parties like Reform underscores the dissatisfaction of many voters with traditional politics. On the other hand, it provides a chance for Labour to position itself as a unifying force capable of addressing the diverse concerns of the electorate. For Farage, his entry into the Commons represents a new chapter in his political career. As a figure long associated with disruption and anti-establishment sentiment, his ability to adapt to the norms of parliamentary debate will likely shape perceptions of his leadership and the future of the Reform Party. Conclusion: the moment when Keir Starmer crossed the chamber to speak with Nigel Farage is emblematic of the changing face of British politics. It highlights the challenges and complexities of governance in a divided nation, where dialogue and compromise are increasingly necessary but often elusive. As the UK continues to grapple with the consequences of Brexit, economic uncertainty, and social change. Such moments of interaction between leaders with differing visions may offer a glimpse of how the nation's political discourse can evolve. Only time will tell whether this gesture of engagement will translate into meaningful cooperation or remain a symbolic act in the annals of parliamentary history. For now, it stands as a reminder of the need for dialogue in a world increasingly defined by division.